Today I will be talking about my project, which is a mobile charging station for electric vehicles to increase the uptake of EVs and decrease range anxiety. The problem with EV in Australia is that EV is a rapidly growing industry, and Australia is lagging 5 to 10 years behind developed countries that are marketing EVs. Looking at other countries like Norway, they incentivize EVs so much that the EV market grew by 21% in the course of 4 years, which will help them achieve their 0% emission goals by 2050. Implementing Norway's EV success in Australia will benefit the country in so many ways, like the GDP growth, creating jobs, and eliminating 16 million barrels of oil. Upon research, I've done some benchmarking to see what has been done in the field of mobile charging, and not a lot of examples showed up except for one company in the US where they provide mobile charging for EV users. So the design brief will aim to increase EV uptake by improving the user experience in the context of decreasing range anxiety. By using surface design research methods like personas and journey maps, I am able to identify pain points in how the user experience using EVs. Examples of these personas would help designers understand their motivations, goals when using EVs, and also understand their frustrations and how designers can solve the problem or at least improve the situation. Things like limited charging stations, long wait times when vehicles is being charged, these are all pain points that the users experience. To put all the personas' common pain points together in a diagram, it is pretty clear that range, range anxiety is one of the biggest barriers for the slow uptake of EV. And with that problem in mind comes the solution in the form of a service. Basically, this is how the service works in a form of journey map, by the user calling the service, and the service comes with a battery and lets the user charge their car. And to put it in a situation, user X here is stuck in traffic and is running out of juice in his car. He then goes to a stop on the side of the road to call in for help, which is the charging service. As help arrives, the user will be able to recharge his car towards his required percentage for less than an hour, or depending on how much the user really needs in terms of power. And as the user is finished, he then puts everything back in its place and drives off to continue his journey. That is putting the service into more of a worst case scenario situation. After designing the service, there are elements that supports the service which will create a better experience for the user, which are UI design and also vehicle design. Looking at the UI design, it is tailored to be user-friendly for the user, informative, and also user-centered, meaning that it needs to cater for all users with all different types of EV and all different types of situation. The UI also aims to be informative to give the user more of a reassurance rather than having the user wander around for the estimated time of arrival of the service. It is decided that the vehicle will be autonomous because all the vehicle is doing is sending a battery that the user can use to recharge their own car like a normal charging station. In the vehicle design, there are things that needs to be considered. The main thing is, what will the vehicle provide? How many charges can the vehicle produce? And how the user will interact with it. So it is designed for utility, and it is designed to reassure, and it is also designed for the future. Thinking forward about the future of the service, it can be a potential business idea that insurance company might implement to ensure their EV customers. But the main thing about this project is that hopefully it will fulfill its design goals, which is improve the customer experience and decrease range anxiety.